FMLA. Like you did nothing wrong. So I want to be really clear about that. Okay.
Okay.
I do want to talk to you. We want to help you transition, and so I want to help you make sure you know how to apply for unemployment. I wanted to talk to you about the severance that we offered you,
Okay.
just to help you. How are you?
Unfortunately, I'm not dead yet, so I mean, how I am is irrelevant. I just want to know what I just wanted to understand what happened, because I communicated. I thought I was taught English.
Yeah.
I thought I was taught English. I communicated with the human resource lady before I went back to work to make sure everything was okay. Then all of a sudden, things weren't okay, and then I get fired because of something that I had no idea what was going on. So I just want to understand the world that I'm in, because there's a bunch of confusion. The world is flipped upside down, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we just decide that it's not going to be a good fit, and that's why we're offering you like a severance package. You know, it wasn't necessarily that either side did anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. We just don't think that it's a good fit, and so that's kind of why we're offering a severance package. You know, we don't usually offer people money when they leave, whether they're terminated or whether they quit. We don't usually do that. But in this case, like I said, because it wasn't really anybody's fault, we wanted to offer you some money to help with that transition.
Yeah, the weird thing, when I read the contract, it said something about things that are known and unknown since the beginning of the world and all of this stuff. And I have just been given a whole bunch of contracts to sign, and I have no idea about what happened in the beginning of the world. To my knowledge, I was born in 1988, so I don't know why someone's having me sign a contract about things that are known and unknown since the beginning of the world. So that's why I thought it was insulting, because maybe people didn't expect me to read it and just sign it because I'm in a desperate situation, trying to keep myself and my job together. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, let me try and help you understand. I mean, I'm happy to read through it with you. Basically, it's a very standard agreement that we send to everyone with exactly the same language. Like, we didn't change any of that for you. And basically, it just means that, you know, you're agreeing that, like, there's no other issues with your employment at Point 32 Health, either that we know about now or that we might not know about. It kind of like wraps up the employment relationship between both sides. Does that make sense?
No, I understood that, but it says something about it seems like a one-sided contract, because it said something about the contract could be passed down to the successors of the company and all these different parties that are involved, and I can't pass it down to my successor. Basically, it stops at me, and it mentioned the beginning of the world. So all of that language just confused me, so I'd rather not sign it.
Okay. I can't give you the money without you signing that contract.
I understand that. That's why I declined it.
Okay. Can I help you? Is there something else that you're looking for? Is there something that we can do with the contract that would make you more comfortable?
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how to rewrite that, but I'm not signing a contract stating something that with the beginning of the world, since I wasn't here at the beginning of the world, to my knowledge. I wasn't here at the beginning of the world, so I cannot sign something that is a contract about the beginning of the world. I cannot sign something like that.
Let me see if I can.
I cannot sign something like that. Let me see if I can see it and
find the part that you're talking about. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find one.
Let's see if I could
Okay. Yep, I see it. I see the beginning of the world. I see it.
It's sort of insulting. Like, what do I have to do with
Yeah,
the
I
beginning
never
of the
even
world?
noticed that.
To my
Okay.
knowledge, I was born in 1988. So, what are they trying to like? I don't understand. You guys have a team of
Yep.
lawyers. I have just
Yep.
myself to read that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't sign something like that. That's sort of insulting. I wasn't here at the beginning of the world. To my knowledge, I wasn't
Is
here. So
that,
I
if
have
I can change that language, would you feel more comfortable?
then I don't know. It depends on what language that you change it to. I don't know.
Okay.
The contract was like on some site that like expires, so it's not like I could go back to it. But if I, had it, if I could change some of the language, I would. I mean,
Okay.
what I would just say is that, and then it says it could get passed down to successors, and then the things of known and unknown. So yes, you guys want to protect yourself for things that are
Yeah.
unknown to you, but what about the things that are unknown to me, especially if you're
Yep.
talking about since the beginning of the world? Like, are we reincarnates and stuff like that? Like, you guys are using strong language like terminate, not even released from work or discharged or laid off. It's terminate. All I know when I hear the word terminate is very extreme. That's a very extreme
Yeah. I
language.
agree with
I think
that.
about
I
the
don't like that word
Terminator.
either.
Plus, there's a lot of things that are going on in my life personally that I tried not to bring the into my employment situation, but if you all are trying to get me to sign over the world to you guys or to sign over my life to you guys because of whatever, I don't know what's going on, but I would just like clear information. If I own the world and you guys want me to sign it over to you, please don't insult me by asking me for
Yeah.
giving me $5,000 for the whole world. Like, I'm already
Right.
getting crumbs and pennies and being sent in loops and hurdles in order for me just to survive. I did so much to try to maintain my job at Tufts Health Plan, and yet I was let go. I had a conversation with the HR person on the day that I was supposed to return, and I was denied at the door and not told why my badge is denied or whatever. And then I had a conversation with the woman and I told her, hey, I know Tufts Health Point 32 is having some big changes and I want to be a part of that. That's like what you would call a heartfelt moment. I had a real moment to say that, look, I know that I'm coming to work. I've been on FMLA. I'm for whatever reason, but I want to be a part of this company. I want to be a part of this growth. I want to come to work and be professional. And that's the only reason why I asked for that time, that to go home that day to compose myself and come back in fresh, because I wanted to bring my best self to the point 32, and yet I was told that it doesn't work out and
Yep.
I need to be terminated, not even let go or
Yeah.
separated or anything like that. I took FMLA thinking that it was supposed to be a job protection so that I could try to work on all of these problems that the world is pressing on me in order for me to come to work and be professional. Yet it still didn't work. So I don't know what the heck is going on, but I would like for people to just be clear and stop trying to force contracts down my throat and try to give me pennies for like $5,000 is not, for a severance, like not thinking about the whole world, me giving away the whole world, but separating from a company, $5,000, it won't help me get into an apartment. It won't help me with much except but to keep paying for this rental car that I'm in. So, but it would help me. But at the
Yeah.
same time, why am I signing a contract stating from the beginning of the world when on my driver's license it says I was born at
Yeah.
1988 and I started working for Tufts Health Plan in 2019? If you guys want to have me sign a contract, it should reflect the dates that I worked for you, not the beginning of the world, because I had nothing to do. I don't know what happened at the beginning of the world, so I cannot sign anything stating from the beginning of the world. That's insulting. That's like, what? Like,
Yeah,
I can't sign
Daniela,
things that I
Daniela,
don't know.
I totally hear you and I agree with you. I do. I absolutely do. And I think that's a really good suggestion. We can, I can talk to, I can see if I can get it changed to 2019 to 2022. You know,
Yeah,
we can change those dates.
I don't
That
want to
sounds like a
sue
good
Tufts
suggestion.
Health Plan. I do think that I was wrongfully terminated, but as you stated that it's a at will employment, so you guys don't really have to give me a reason why you're letting me go. You don't have to give me any money or anything like that. So I do appreciate you reaching out to me, but at the same time, I rather stay in the streets and just be nothing and have nothing than to sign contracts of things that I don't understand. I don't understand that language, so I cannot sign it.
So I want to help you. So are there other parts of the contract that you don't understand, or is that the part that you're the most concerned about? Like, if I can fix that, would you feel comfortable with
It
the
says
agreement?
assignment transfer. The company may assign this agreement to its successor. Employee may not assign this agreement. Further, employee expressly warrant in signing this agreement that he or she has not transferred to any person or entity any rights, causes of action, or claims that he or she has waived or released to this agreement. This agreement shall be binding upon the employee's heirs and personal representatives and the successors and assigns of the company. So I don't know who the company is. But this is a binding contract. Binding, I don't like that word binding. I understand legal contracts are supposed to be binding, but with all the events that are that are transpiring in my life, I don't need to bind myself any further. I'm already bound by so many things. So many people are pushing contracts. The company, the world, or whoever is behind all of this weird, creepy stuff that's happening to me, is making sure that I have nothing and I can't succeed in being anything in this world. So I don't want to sign any contracts that's going to be passed down to employees' heirs. So if in the future I have any heirs, that they have to be bound by something that I didn't even understand, and who the company and all of these people can keep passing this down to whoever they want to, like third party companies, people that I don't even know or can't even think that I'll be involved in, or that they will have my contract that is binding me. Like, what kind of weird stuff? I don't know what kind of weird stuff that is, but I don't understand that, and I don't agree to those terms and conditions.
Okay.
And it says
So
your
yeah.
agreement is knowing and voluntarily. So I don't voluntarily bind myself for $5,000. I would rather be nothing and just stay as nothing. I don't want to be bound.
Okay. Is it worth it for me to try and change the contract, or it's not even worth it?
I don't know. It depends. You could try to change it and I could reread it and see if that's something that I'll be willing to sign. But
Okay.
really and truly, I've been having a lot of people have me sign contracts and I don't understand them, and I don't want to be bound, and I don't want my heirs to be bound, and I don't want it to keep being passed down to third party companies that I don't know.
Okay. Can I ask you another question, not about the contract?
Yeah.
Do you understand how to apply for unemployment benefits?
Not really. I did have somebody try to help me with it, and I do think that I did apply for it. I don't know
Okay.
how I qualify for it. I thought, like, I don't know, like, I don't really understand unemployment. I don't.
Yeah. So typically, what happens is, if someone gets terminated through no fault of their own, they can apply for unemployment benefits, and the state. It's a like insurance that we pay into, and the state pays into a little bit, and that way, while you're looking for a job, you still get money. You get like a paycheck. It
Will I
might not
have to
be as
pay it
much as you're
back?
getting. What?
Will I have to pay it back?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. As long as you don't as long as like everything that you say is truthful and you don't lie on it or anything, then yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
what I can do is usually the company, like the employee says, this is why I was terminated, and then the company responds. We say,
Oh, yes,
you know,
I did that.
we sometimes we fight it because we disagree. But what I can do is I'll make sure that we don't fight it because I want to make sure that you get the benefits that you need.
I did that yesterday.
Oh, good. Okay. Perfect. So I'll let the person on our end that works on it, he works for me, so I'll let him know to look for it. Okay?
Okay. Yes. So if you do revise it, you could feel free to send it over to me through the email the same way that you did, and I'll reread it. Thank you so much for
Okay.
contacting me.
Okay. That sounds good. Thanks, Daniela.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.